The last World Cup group stage, new OWL franchises, and will one more team say goodbye? This is Pulse Bomb Ready for Monday, August 14th, 2017, and I'm your host, Sabriel. Before I get started, a programming note. I am doing some traveling, and that means I will be doing a lo-fi episode next week as I'll be recording on the road. Say hello if you see me at Gen Con. This weekend was the final group stage event for the Overwatch World Cup in Santa Monica. Reaching the semifinals were Chinese Taipei, Germany, the United Kingdom, and the United States. First up, in the UK versus Chinese Taipei matchup, the United Kingdom pulled off a 3-0 victory and are heading to BlizzCon. On Hybrid, the UK was able to take the full map 3-2. Capture was a quick one, with the UK going 2-0, and Assault ended after 3 rounds when the UK had a full 5 minutes to only reach 33% because they forced Chinese Taipei into overtime in their opening round. With those victories, the UK joined South Korea and China in the Not a Single Loss club as they went undefeated the entire weekend. Over in the US versus Germany fight, after a quick capture of the payload on the Hybrid map, the US had to work for every meter, but were able to reach the end of Hollywood and had a full hold on the payload of Germany's attempt to capture it. On Capture, it was a 2-1 victory for the United States, and over on the Assault map, Germany was only able to eke out about 42% on the second point, which gave the US a big edge and allowed them to take the series 3-0. Since the group stages were all played on a pre-Doomfist patch, we mostly saw dive comps in the World Cup meta. In fact, non-dive only made up about 2% across all playtime in group stages. From here on out, Doomfist will be allowed, and we'll see if he and some other changes can shake things up. Doomfist has been seen a few times in Apex, but aside from a few exceptions, he really hasn't changed much yet. Maybe he's not the dive breaker that was hoped for, but I think it's more likely that it's just too soon to tell, as teams are still figuring out his place in their comps. Overwatch Contenders is supposed to resume this week, but as of this recording, no official schedule has been released. Word on the street is that play will begin live on Friday, and it will be a round-robin event, with each team playing against every other team in their region over 6 weeks. In team news, Cloud9 has acquired European team Laser Kittenz. In a statement on the Cloud9 website, the Kittenz will now be known as Cloud9 EU, and the reason for purchasing the organization was with how impressed Cloud9 was with their commitment to competition, especially after going 5-on-1 during Contenders Season 0. 2 new Overwatch League franchises were announced this week, with one being built up in London and the other being a second Los Angeles team. Cloud9 picked up the London spot, making it the first European team, and the new Los Angeles team is being fronted by owners of the LA Rams and Denver Nuggets. There's no word yet on rosters. ESPN reported that Team Liquid is going to drop its Overwatch roster after not securing an Overwatch League position. It's also reported that they are looking to sell their Contenders Season 1 placement. The sources say that the release is not because the organization could not buy a franchise, but that they didn't think it would be a valuable use of their capital. Some players will be staying with the organization, but will be switching games. As I previously reported, a few players such as Rafa and ID were already heading off to play Quake Champions at QuakeCon, so it stands to reason that they'll be staying with that game, while some of the Overwatch-focused players will be looking for homes elsewhere. In roster changes, Reinforce, who you most recently saw on the analyst desk at the World Cup, is now on the inactive roster for Misfits and is looking for opportunities elsewhere. He has hopes for finding a Contenders or OWL spot. The move was a decision from team management not due to his skill, but because of new leadership being added to the team, a role he had been offered but declined. Bazooka Puppy support player Clanton has stepped down from the European team, leaving Overwatch to focus on real life. Clanton will be replaced by American player Psycho Waffle, who was previously with You Guys Get Paid and Method. NRG have picked up Sephi as coach, replacing Seamoose. Sephi was formerly with the Selfless organization, and at one point during his tenure, Selfless was able to rival Rogue, so it will be interesting to see what he can do for the struggling NRG roster. And finally, there has been a number of change-ups for Contenders Team 123. DPS player and founder Mistakes has left the team to become a free agent. His reasoning was that he felt the team had reached its peak. Adding to the roster, both support player Hidan from Us Block GG and tank player Fincy from the former Movistar Riders have joined 123. That's all for Pulse Bomb Ready this week. I'm Sabriel, you can follow me on Twitter at Sabriality, and don't forget to subscribe to the show and follow it at PBR_show. See you next time, and good luck out there, heroes! And tank player Fincy from the former Movistar Riders, and tank player Fincy from the I cannot get former Movistar riders. And tank player Fincy from the former Movistar rider. And tank player Fincy from the I cannot say former Movistar. And tank player Fincy from the former Movistar riders have joined 123. Finally!